Well, hi everybody, this is Dear Mama Sal, and if you like getting gifts, here are the gifts I got on my recent trip down to Convoy of Hope for December. Yay! You know, it's funny, when you go on a trip, sometimes you forget all the good things. Trips can be stressful, you're rushing to get your next connection, you're doing all sorts of things, you're worried about your luggage. All those parts of it are all very stressful. And if you're very lucky, and I was in the last week, you get to visit people who make you glad to be alive. And I thought I would just share with you some of the incredible gifts I received during my trip to the Convoy of Hope people down in Springfield, Missouri. I'd have to start with my host and hostess, Kirk and Jana, because I want to tell you, if ever there was a definite way of writing the book on hospitality, I think I'd have to give it to them. I just loved the way that when I walked in, they sort of said, well, this is the fridge, and anything in it is for the taking. And over here you'll find the pantry. Be our guest. And over here you'll find the coffee. and this is how we make it. And and it just was magical. And at the end of the tour of the house, including where I was going to sleep and the bathroom I was going to use and everything else, at the end of it they went, now you're home. And I want to tell you, they meant it. And it was just, you get up in the morning, and if somebody wasn't already making me coffee, which happened 2 out of the 3 days, it was just a case, I felt quite comfortable going and making coffee because that's what I was meant to do. It was just magical. But not only that, when we were driving in from the airport, I was saying to Kirk, I was asking questions about Springfield. What was it known for? And he was telling me. And I know that in the list of things that he told me, he did not include something called Andy's Frozen Custard. And one of my viewers had said, don't go to Springfield without tasting the custard. And so I just said, is it true that there's a custard thing going on here? And I'm not joking, we were just at the intersection, and what should be right in front and to the right? But Andy's store. So I got to taste my first of many doses of custard, frozen custard, and it was magical. Now, I need to tell you that I was very proud of myself before I started the trip because I had lost 5 pounds since Christmas. Well, I was down at Andy's for 3 days, I think, and I was down in Springfield for 3 days, and I managed to consume 5 different lots of Andy's. That was the good news. The bad news is the 5 pounds that I lost prior to the trip are now back. But it was worth it. Okay, the second thing I'd like to do is thank the boys. The boys were just so wonderful to me, so understanding, so got me. You know what I mean? They understood I was a bit weird. They seemed to understand I wasn't your average 69-year-old. And I'd have to say that the way that they got my sense of humor and my little kid inside, that they let me play with the airsoft guns. I mean, I was just made my trip. And I just really want to say the gift of understanding that they gave me was magical, truly magical to me. And some of the hugs I got were just among the best I've had in a long time. Now, in general, I'd have to say that the gift from all the staff was one of, wow. I'm just trying to think, what one name would I give to the gift that all the staff gave me? I'd have to say excitement. Because when I met these incredibly talented people, without exception, they inspired me on for December 2017. You know, I just kept saying to Benji, we couldn't buy this team. You know, because they were, each of them, so totally dedicated to what they did. They were each of them so gracious in listening to our side of the story. They were so excited about what it was we wanted to do. And I just came away going, wow. Wow. So exciting. So maybe the gift of excitement and the memories of their smiles. Boy, those people can smile nicely. I mean, such sincere, warm smiles, just mind-blowing. Amazing. Well, of course, I'd have to, most of all, thank Benji for his gift of generosity, you know, which is always an issue with me, or a thank you with me anyway. But most of that is just, you all know about. He and Judy are both very, very generous people in many, many ways. But, you know, when I got to go on this trip, I got to see Convoy of Hope, which we've spent a couple of years supporting. And I never before had I really got a sense of just how big that is, even though you sort of see the movies of it. But it was just like, you get to see that when you go down there to Springfield and actually go and visit them, you get the culture. You see, it's not just that they talk a good story. You can see they live it in everything they do in their company, everything they do in their lives. It's just a way of life for them. And that's so magical to see. So the gift of that was, for me, just magical, and I was most, most grateful. But I think, you know, other than the fact that patience is a big gift that poor Benji gives me, because I get a little excited along the way. And then I get a little spontaneously creative, and yeah, I must be an absolute pain. But most of all, if ever you want to travel anywhere, take Benji. And I say that because he's such a great beast of burden, and he doesn't complain. You know, he just may I carry this for you? May I take this for you? Would you like, you know, I'm going to go get some food. Can I pick you up something? I mean, he just never stops. It's just magical. So he spoiled me rotten. And I loved it. And then if that wasn't enough, I have to tell you, I came home with more gifts. And they were gifts that I got for Christmas. And owing to the fact I hadn't been down to visit them, I didn't get to see the gifts until this trip. So first of all, guess what I got? And guess what I'm wearing? So I was very, very excited to get the palettes, of course. I was muttering because, you know, we don't have Target here in Canada. So this was magical for me. And then they brought me a gift back from the Philippines, which was so cute. And I don't know if any of you have seen these, but it's like a little bread basket. Hang on, I've got to do this the right way, guys, so you can see it. But it's a bread basket. Hang on. And you sort of pull the string here, and then what you do is you drop the rolls into the little pockets. Or if you've got French bread, for example, you can also put pieces of French bread in it. It makes sense. It's just so clever. Loved it. And of course, it matches the colour in my house. And then I got another present. Can you believe it? I got this box. And I don't know if any of you reuse your boxes, but I do. So when I saw the words on the box, I didn't really connect, because I thought maybe they were just reusing the box, but they weren't. Look what Judy and Benji gave me for Christmas. My own Uggs. Now, I want to tell you something. I had seen Judy wearing these when we were doing Dancember, and they look so comfortable, don't they? I mean, look at the great soles on them. Look at the nice, warm, and yet cozy. Well, I'd seen Judy wearing them at Dancember, and I must have lusted after them at some level. They're so cute. And then she went and got me a pair. And I said to her, how did you know my size? Because she got the right size. And she said, oh, I tricked you a bit when we were at Dancember, and I found out. I have no memory of that. Do I care? No. So, you all know that the kid in me loves to get gifts. And this whole trip was a series of different gifts to me. Ones that I hopefully will never forget. Ones that really touch my soul. And ones for which I will be forever grateful. This is Dear Mama Sal saying bye-bye for now.